What's up guys, this video will serve as an introduction of my RSX Type S to my channel. It's got the full Craigslist box starter pack, broken windshield, the muffler on the left disconnected itself, it's got Walmart no seasons, and the clutch slips really badly. My search for a Type S began after I money shifted my Golf R, which spun a main bearing and damaged the head. There she goes. I think I just had my mind on getting that 350Z in my side view mirror instead of getting my trans in the right gear. Anyway, that mistake cost me big time, and my mistake of buying used engine parts since then has plagued me with problems to this day, but hopefully they'll be resolved within the next week or so. When I blew up my Golf R, I knew I wanted to take my time rebuilding it and getting the supporting mods together for the big turbo kit that I had just recently bought, and I was sick of asking my girlfriend and my friends for rides and borrowing my parents' cars, so it was definitely time to get a second car. I needed something that was no more than $3,000, could reliably get me to work for a few months, and would be fun to modify after I get my Golf R back on the street. So I considered E36s, Miatas, and Civics, but I really like that you don't see the Type S every day. It looks really good, and the K20A2 handles boost really well, which was one of the biggest things on my checklist, honestly, because I really wanted to build my own turbo kit for this car, fabricating it myself, and I really wanted to be able to tune this car myself as well, and it's pretty hard to beat K-Pro and the other support out there for this platform. I searched every day for about 3 or 4 weeks before I found this one on Craigslist while I was at my weekend job. But yeah, I stepped out for a minute to call the owner and set up a time for the following morning. I spent $3,000 flat on this Type S. It's a 2003 and had 136,000 miles on it. I have only put 4,000 miles on it since I got it. No rust, clean title. I didn't buy a Carfax, but it was claimed to have 0 accidents. No mods except for these headlights, which I really don't like, honestly. They are kind of cool, but I would only like them with the facelift front bumper, because this pre-facelift bumper has those little like teardrop cutouts in the bumper, and I don't like that the lights do not match up with them. The main headlight bulb does kind of match up with that left cutout, but the middle and the right bulbs don't match up with that cutout on the right. So that really bugs me, honestly, and that's why the headlights are one of the first things on my list of exterior things to do. So let's quickly run through the issues with the car. As you can see on the front bumper, there's also these fog lights that are broken, the covers are broken, the glass covers are broken, the bulbs don't work, this side doesn't work either, and this cover is like a different color, so I don't really know what happened there. No inspection sticker. I didn't think that was a big deal because, you know, you could just go get it inspected, right? Well, I immediately got it insured and registered, and literally on my drive over to the inspection center, I popped this check engine light. I'll start the car just so you can see that it's there. There it is. It is for an evap leak. I haven't even attempted to fix it. I know that there's a somewhat common problem with the, I think it's the charcoal canister, but it could be anything. So I haven't even tried looking at that, but that'll be one of the first things I do now that I'm actually focusing on this car. So there's some small paint damage, but there's really nothing too bad for a 17-year-old car. This stuff back here on the bumper, some more right there, scratch right there. It's honestly, and there's like a little like golf ball looking size. The trim right here is very faded and cracking off. But again, 17-year-old car, it's honestly not bad at all. I think it's in pretty good shape for its age. Wiper blades, the ones that came in the car were absolutely shot, but your boy already swapped those out. The LEDs for the HVAC controls are out. So at night when I'm trying to adjust my AC or heat, I can't fucking see what I'm doing. And when I say AC or heat, I just mean the heat, because my AC actually doesn't work. I think it just needs a recharge. I guess that's problem number 5. Well, we had those 3 problems at the beginning, so I guess we're at like 8 now. I don't really know. Oh, and related to the heat didn't work when I first bought the car, because actually nothing would happen when I would turn this knob, because the blower motor resistor has a fuse that opens when it gets hot, and for some reason that little piece gets stuck open sometimes. So what you can do is just solder it closed, so it's always closed. So that's what I did in the winter, because I was desperate to just have some heat. This was my primary means of transportation, and in the Northeast, it does get pretty cold in the morning in the winter. So yeah, it's kind of fixed now. It works. It's probably dangerous, but it was free though. The 12-volt socket does not work at all, so I can't charge my phone. Oh, here's a fun one. One day when I was driving home, it was raining. I accidentally turned the rear wiper on right here, and yep. Isn't that just a pleasant noise? Then it rotates down. You see it's like kind of moving. It usually goes faster than that. And then like by the time I'm actually getting out of my car, it's like all the way down here, trying to like escape off my car. So that's fun. The only way I get to stop is not by turning it off, because that'd be too easy. Turning it off doesn't just turn it off. What you have to do is turn off on the switch and then like jam it up, and then you're good. Can't explain it. Don't really care. Oh, the seat's ripped. Used to be not nearly as bad, but I do weigh 200 pounds. Not fat though. I'm just like 6'5". So, you know, I'm not gonna get any skinnier than this. But I guess I could sew the seat back together. They're otherwise in pretty good shape. Actually, this one started tearing a little bit too. Gonna have to tell my girlfriend to pay for that one or something. All right, another big one is the trunk. It almost sounded like I could hear my gas splashing around in my gas tank a couple of days. And then one day I finally decided to just check in here because I was like, there's no way there's water in my trunk, right? Well, there was like 2 inches of water in my trunk back here, right in the spare tire well. It's just kind of annoying to have to keep emptying out. So that's gonna be one of the first things I actually fix. I did find that it comes in right here through this little plug. You can see like the dirtiness underneath from the water dripping down. So that's basically coming through the taillight gasket. So I know I can just replace those. I think it costs like 30 bucks to get the gaskets though, so I might just spend like the $100 just to get like whole new headlights, because they come with gaskets and they would have LEDs. But I don't know, at the same time, like, do I really want LEDs for this car? Not really sure. And then over here, it'll like drip right here. Actually, what I just found was that there's this hole right here. So I don't know if it's actually related. I don't know if it's a coincidence. Oh wait, this hole, oh wait, no, there's definitely just supposed to be holes. Never mind. Forget that. There's still a mystery of how water gets in through here, because there's no like watermarks underneath any of the plugs over here that I could find. So yeah, a bunch of water gets over in there, a bunch of water gets in over here. I might be able to like halfway fix it. Still gonna have to do some more investigation, but that's one of the first things on my list of things to actually fix, along with the clutch, because the clutch is really bad and like I want to add power to this car, and you know, it's not going to go well with the clutch that's in it. So yeah, let's not forget about the 3 problems that I said at the beginning of the video. The clutch slips really badly. There's actually some really weird rattling noises around like 3,200 RPM. Thankfully, the clutch hasn't gotten much worse at all over the 4,000 miles that I've driven it. The muffler, honestly, is like a free exhaust mod, so I really don't even care. The key remotes don't work, but I mean, it's a 17-year-old car. Okay, so the big problem with the car, you guys probably saw it in the thumbnail. Like I was saying earlier, I work a second job at a restaurant. So on Fridays, I work both of my jobs. So I have specific restaurant shoes that I have for the job. So I had those sitting in the passenger footwell area. And when I actually got to my other job, I went and reached down to grab my shoes. And what do I find? My floor mat is crawling with ants. Then over the next few weeks, I'll like walk out to my car during my lunch break. I'll see like ants crawling on my hood, ants crawling up here, ants back here. I'll see ants over here near like my shifter. I'll see some ants in the trunk. I don't know where they're coming from. It was kind of tough. I bought the car in the fall, so then pretty quickly it became cold and ants like go away in the winter. I don't know what they do. They just become dormant and they don't come out. So then they were kind of out of sight, out of mind. My friends and I even took this car up to go skiing and snowboarding like 3 hours away. And you know, the ants just came along with us. We were cool with them, they were cool with us. Then spring came, temperatures rose, and the ants rose with the temperature. The ants came out, they were going crazy, they were having a good time. I was not having a good time. So then I found them back here one day, and I'll show you guys this clip that I posted on Instagram, because I found them and then I traced where they were going. I put some taro ant poison traps over here, and they were kind of like taking the poison back to their colony or whatever you call it. And then I was like tracing where they were going, and I came over here and I found so many of them. So when I blew the head on my Golf R, I bought this Type S. It's got ants in here. I just put an ant trap in here. and I saw him coming underneath the back seat, so I just pulled this up just for the hell of it. And honestly, I haven't even seen him since then. It's been a couple months since then, and I haven't seen a single ant. So looks like the Taro did the trick, and I cleaned out all the hundreds of dead ants that I found in here. So in the comments, I want to hear about what kind of bugs you bought your used car with, because this was a new experience for me, and it wasn't one that I really want to experience again, because it's kind of nasty. I do love this car. I've just been too wrapped up in fixing my Golf R. You guys can check out those videos if you want. For this car, I'm gonna address the major issues like the water in the trunk, the clutch, and the check engine light so I can get it inspected. Then I'll move right into some mods to prepare the car for boost. I'd like this build to be done in a somewhat tight budget without touching cheap eBay parts, but then goal is to make this thing rip and look mean while doing so. Any mod suggestions are welcome. I am completely new to this platform, so any suggestions on coilovers, headlights, taillights, best websites to buy OEM parts, all that information that would be useful to a first-time Acura or Honda owner would be welcome. Thank you guys for watching this video. Please hit the subscribe button and comment below the worst thing that you guys found in a used car. Thanks guys, see you guys in the next one.